Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my preview of the Week 2 2020 NFL matchup, which pits the Carolina Panthers against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, Tampa Bay, I like Tampa Bay to win this one. Tampa Bay is going to be at home. I understand that the last game they played, they didn't look overly impressive. They lost like 34-23 to the New Orleans Saints, but I do believe that Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans can gain some solace in that loss, because what they have to understand is that they lost to a dominant team. New Orleans is like a perennial powerhouse. They're definitely a contender to go to the Super Bowl. That was a road loss to a very good NFL team. There's a lot of people, I believe, that think that Saints are going to come out of the NFC, or at the very least, a lot of people, I believe, have them going to the NFC title game. And it was also Tom Brady's first game in Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform. This might be something where it just might be taking some time for him and the offensive players to play cohesively and play together. Yes, they have Rob Gronkowski, but there's a lot of players that Tom Brady obviously has not played with previously. And the fact that this is going to be at Tampa Bay and against the Carolina Panthers, that Tampa Bay obviously has a very good shot to win this game, I believe. I don't know what it is, but I think Carolina's lost a number of games consecutively going back to last season. They have been in this perpetual slump practically, and they played a very good game against the Las Vegas Raiders last week. I mean, it took a defensive stand by the Raiders to actually come away with the victory, but for the Los Angeles Raiders. But they're going now into a place where Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be a little bit incensed, and they feel, I'm sure a lot of them believe, that they didn't play to their potential the previous week, and this is going to be the time where they can like avenge that basically and say, okay, we're gonna make amends for what happened the previous week. And the thing about it is that the secondary of Tampa, I'm sorry, of Carolina, I'm sure is worse than the New Orleans Saints secondary. The Bucks defensive line, I believe, will contain Christian McCaffrey. The Bucks have Ndamukong Suh. They are a team that will play much better, I believe, this week. I don't expect Tom Brady to throw 2 interceptions in this game. I believe he actually, I'm going to come, it's not exactly going out on a limb, I'm going to say he has no turnovers in this game. I think Tampa Bay is going to win the turnover battle and ultimately prevail and emerge victorious in this game. Another thing to look at as well is when you look at Tampa Bay, I do believe that Leonard Fournette will play better in this game as well than he did previously. It's just hard for me to see that they are going to, that they can't, hard for me to see them being worse than what they did the previous week. This is not a knock on Tampa Bay, because they actually weren't terrible. They committed, I think, 3 turnovers in the game. They lost the game like 34-23. It was not like they got blown out or annihilated. So there obviously still is hope for Tampa Bay. I do think they're going to actually get in as a wild card this season. I don't think they're going to win the division. I like the New Orleans Saints to still win that division. I still believe they're the supreme team in that division. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there's no fans, there's no real great reason for them to be too despondent at this point, because it was just, the one game loss. They weren't exactly terrible, because that game actually was not a blowout, and they went into New Orleans and actually made it competitive. They went against a perennial powerhouse, really. New Orleans, I think, won 13-3 last season, and again, I'm sure they're one of the favorites to actually come out of the NFC and go to the Super Bowl. So most teams are going to lose to the Saints when they go into New Orleans, And there is another game for Tampa Bay to avenge that loss against them when they do play the Saints at home later this season. So and this is going to be, I think, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's going to be a slow, evolving, progressive thing. They're going to move very methodically in their progression this season. But I do believe once the season ends, you will find them in the postseason at least. And I see Tampa Bay finishing like 10-6 and making the postseason. And you just never know what could happen when it gets to that point. So really, there's really not much more. For me, as far as any insights in this prediction, but I do like Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game. It's being a divisional game. It may be competitive. Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, as Stephen A. Smith would say, certainly no scrub, and the term he uses, scrub. And I think having Christian McCaffrey as a running back, you're having one of the best running backs in the NFL. Carolina, I think, will likely try to dominate time of possession and keep the ball out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense hands as much as they can, but I don't think it's going to be enough to win the game. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to prevail at home. Anyway, people, this is Edwin Learnard. Until next time, stay well.